Happy Wednesday. Happy Mind Your Wednesday. Have you ever been in a place where you were afraid or fearful to do something? Like you just didn't think you were able to do it. And you allowed all the thoughts and all the emotion that you created around not being able to do it or thinking you weren't able to do it stop you. But then you did it. Like you've accomplished it. You completed it. The last few days I've been thinking or reflecting on some of those things in my life. And as I move forward and begin to try new things and do new things, I'm thinking back to remind myself what was the difference from when I was thinking I wasn't able to do something or try something new or do something different and it was scary to me or I was afraid to try, to being on the other side of it, having completed it. And I came to the conclusion that the only difference that it made from one side to the other was me making a decision to do it. Like it wasn't like I went to sleep, feel fearful and afraid, and then the next morning I was a totally different person and I woke up and I didn't feel that anymore. It wasn't like I was a different person. But I made a decision. When I made a decision, it allowed me mentally and emotionally to push past the fear of it and do it anyway. So it's not like you're not going to feel uncomfortable because when you do new things or try new things, it's going to feel kind of weird and like you're out of sorts or out of place. But then you complete it. It's like, oh, makes me think of that Nelson Mandela quote that says, "It always seems impossible until it's done." Right? And I've said a lot of times, you'd be like, man, I wish I would have done that a long time ago. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Like there's processes to things. But I think even for me, sometimes all of the extra that I add to a situation is far worse than actually going through the process to completing what it is that I want. Some years ago, I remember saying to myself, you're not able to buy a house right now. You have to do so many things and able to be able to do that. You know how much you make. You know how much your salary is. All of these things I kept telling myself as a reason why I wouldn't be able to achieve or accomplish something that I wanted. But then I did. So the difference in that was me telling myself or giving myself all of the reasons why I couldn't do it and making a decision saying, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. Now, in that I'm going to be clear, in making that decision in the moment, I didn't have all the pieces. I just decided this is what I want. And I say to you that sometimes all of those questions that you have, all of the things and the what ifs and the hows and the whens and the wheres, all of that, maybe your answer won't come until you make a definitive decision that that's what you're going to do, or that's what you want to do. And those could be two different things because there are a lot of things that I've done just out of being obedient that I really didn't want to do. Now that's a different kind of push. It's a harder push. But even in that, I made a decision to be obedient. In doing that, I can progress and go forward. I made a decision that I wanted or desired to accomplish or achieve something. In that decision, I can progress and move forward. So maybe that thing that you're wanting and desire and needing to accomplish, that you keep telling yourself that you can't do, is because you haven't made a definitive decision to do it. Like, why do you need all the answers, the how, the where, the who, if you're not going to do it? So I submit to you, start. Make a decision and start. And see if some of the answers to all of those questions that you had start coming to you. Kind of how it worked for me. Doesn't make the process easier, but all those little wins that you get along the way, it does give you some momentum and some push to continue until you actually achieve it. I hope that helps somebody today, because I have to remind myself almost daily. You remember that last thing? Make a decision. Guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your Wednesday, or whatever day that you end up watching this. And if nobody has told you that they love you today, I love you, I love you, I love you. Be a great day.